It can be frustrating and disheartening when, despite putting in a lot of effort by doing numerous crunches and maintaining a clean diet, your abdominal muscles aren't visible. This can leave you in a sort in-between phase where your waist appears slim, but your abs either don't show at all or are only faintly visible. However, this is actually a common problem, and there are ways to address the underlying issues preventing your abs from becoming more defined. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. One of the most apparent factors to consider is your body fat percentage. The amount of fat in your body greatly affects how visible your abs are. Unfortunately, the belly area tends to hold onto fat stubbornly, making it one of the last areas to show fat reduction. While you may notice fat loss in other parts of your body, such as your face, hands, and arms, the stomach region tends to be more resistant. To overcome this, it's important to maintain consistency with your diet and create a calorie deficit by consuming healthy, unprocessed foods. By doing so for a sustained period, you can encourage fat loss around your midsection, which is closer to your center of mass. Regardless of how much effort you put into working your abs, if there's a layer of fat covering them, they won't be visible. You may hear that as a man, you need to reach body fat percentage below 12% to see your abs. However, this specific measurement strategy is flawed. Body fat distribution and genetics may vary among individuals, so it's not solely about reaching a specific number. Focusing on overall fat loss through a healthy diet and exercise routine, and your body will gradually become more visible. Remember that patience and consistency are key when aiming for more defined midsection with clearly visible abs. Different individuals having varying body types and fat distribution patterns, which means that some men may start seeing well-defined abs at a body fat percentage of 14% or higher, while others may need to reduce their body fat further to make their abs visible. This is why because people store and retain fat differently, with some individuals having a tendency to store fat primarily around their midsection, while others store it around their hips. To address this, it's crucial to remain consistent with reducing calorie intake by consuming healthy, low-calorie dense foods like lean protein sources, vegetables, and fruits until your body fat percentage is low enough for your abs to become more pronounced. While having a good diet and leaning out, there may be several mistakes you can be making during your workouts and hinder proper ab growth. One common issue is not using enough weight to train the abs and instead performing excessive repetitions. The belief that training abs with high reps is best stems from misconception that they primarily consist of slow-twitch muscle fibers which respond well to high-rep training. However, research suggests that building muscle is more effective when utilizing a variety of rep ranges rather than sticking to a fixed number. Additionally, study shows that the abdominal muscles have a balanced muscle profile consisting of approximately 55 to 58% slow-twitch fibers and the rest being fast-twitch fibers. Therefore, incorporating different rep ranges is beneficial. For instance, you can include heavy decline sit-ups for sets of 6 to 10 reps and follow them with hanging leg raises for sets of 15 to 20 reps. Alternatively, you can superset the two exercises, starting with a heavy set for 6 to 10 reps and immediately transitioning to a lighter set of 15 to 20 reps. The key issue lies in not using heavy weights and failing to focus on gradually increasing the load over time. Properly progressing and overloading your abs involve gradually increasing the weight used, such as moving from 35-pound weight for 10 reps on decline sit-ups to a 50-pound weight for same number of reps. High-rep training can be less effective because most people rarely push those sets to failure. By consistently increasing weight and aiming for failure, you can achieve better results than solely relying on high reps. Personally, I recommend prioritizing progressive overload by increasing the weight load you use over time and incorporating some high-rep superset that push you to failure within the first 20 reps. Another common issue is the belief that compound exercises like squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, and chin-ups are sufficient for developing the abdominal muscles. However, that's not the case. If you want more defined and developed abs, you'll need to include direct ab exercises in your routine. Compound exercises, although beneficial for overall strength and muscle development, do not effectively engage the abdominal muscles in terms of flexion and rotation. This can be understood from a psychological perspective because the lumbar spine remains stable during these movements. A study examining muscle activity levels during different exercises, including the back squat, found that even with heavy weights, the activation of the abdominal muscles was only around 20% of the maximum voluntary contraction. On the other hand, straight leg sit-ups activated the external obliques and rectus abdominis at around 40%, more than twice the activation compared to the squat. The clean and jerk exercise also showed low core activity levels for the rectus abdominis and oblique muscles. To maximize development of your abs, it's important to include isolation exercises in your workout routine. Static ab exercises like planks are excellent for core stability and targeting deep tissue abdominal muscles such as the transverse abdominis. They can also help in preventing lower back injuries. However, for visible abs and overall definition, incorporating exercise that involve flexion and rotation of the spine such as sit-ups, crunches, cable twist, and Russian twist can be beneficial. Only relying on static ab exercises like planks may not be optimal for building well-developed abs due to several reasons. Research shows that both eccentric lengthening and concentric shortening phases of muscle contraction offers benefits that static or isometric movements lack. For instance, during eccentric contractions, you can generate twice as much force, and during concentric contractions, 50% more compared to isometric exercises. This means that dynamic exercises allow for greater muscle overload, leading to a more effective stimulus for muscle growth. Additionally, the eccentric and concentric phases activate specific anabolic cell signaling pathways that are not fully stimulated by isometric exercises. Another potential reason for underdeveloped abs could be not training through a full range of motion. Training a muscle through its complete range of motion is more beneficial for muscle growth compared to partial reps. When lifting heavier weights with partial range may boost your ego, the goal is to make progress. Studies have consistently shown that training through a full range of motion leads to better results. This principle applies to abdominal muscle as well. To maximize your results, it's essential to include exercise in your routine that train your abs through full range of motion. For example, regular crunches have limited range of motion due to the floor restriction extension of your back during the eccentric phase. To overcome this limitation, you can perform crunches on stability ball or decline bench. These variations allow you to lower your upper body further, increasing the stretch of your abs and providing a larger range of motion. Treating your abs as an afterthought can hinder your progress. Just like any other muscle group, the abs require proper attention and training. Make sure to dedicate sufficient time and effort to ab exercises within your workout routine rather than considering them as secondary or less important. Another issue could be not using the mind-muscle connection during your workouts, which can lead to have flexors taking over the movement instead of targeting your abs. Focusing on a specific muscle or muscle group, in this case, the abs, during exercise can increase muscle activation. Scientific evidence supports the concept of mind-muscle connection, showing that consciously focusing on targeted muscle during resistance training enhances muscle activation. Lastly, the selection of poor ab exercises can hinder your progress. Since the ab consists of multiple muscles, it's important to have an understanding of abdominal anatomy to effectively train each muscle for a well-developed core. The rectus abdominis, responsible for six-pack appearance, function to flex the spine and can be trained with dynamic exercise like stability ball crunches, decline sit-ups, cable crunches, and leg raises. The external and internal obliques, which contribute to the V-cut appearance, are involved in the trunk rotation, lateral flexion, and core stability. Russian twist and cable wood chops are effective exercise for targeting the obliques. Additionally, the transverse abdominis, located beneath the internal obliques, plays a role in core stability and can be trained with exercises that engage deep abdominal muscles. By considering these factors and incorporating appropriate exercises, focusing on muscle activation, and understanding your abdominal anatomy, you can optimize your ab training and work towards developing well-defined abs. And that's it! Thank you for watching this video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.